Once upon a time, in a small secluded village located deep in a dense forest, there lived a kind-hearted woman named Isabel. She was known for her compassion for all living beings, and had an uncanny ability to communicate and establish connections with even the most terrifying of beasts. Isabel had no idea that deep in her family's bloodline there was a strange and mysterious curse. Waiting for the right moment to manifest, her family suffered from ancient witchcraft, which inevitably manifested itself at the birth of every firstborn female. This curse, which Isabel did not know about, will forever link her bloodline with the literal embodiment of darkness and chaos, the Chimera. When Isabel's parents discovered her unique ability to communicate with animals at an early age, they nurtured her talents and supported her in understanding and accepting her unusual talent. The young Chimera named Ivania was obedient, gentle, and an atmosphere of calm reigned in her presence. Isabel and Ivania lived in harmony. Their compassion and understanding of each other grew stronger over the years. They were inseparable, forming an unbreakable bond built on love and trust, but by the will of fate. A tragedy occurred when Isabel's life was suddenly cut short. The village mourned the loss of its beloved kind-hearted soul, and Ivania, left without her loving guardian, fell into despair, having lost her purpose and lost the warmth of Isabel's love. The Chimera wandered aimlessly around the world. Her once peaceful nature was distorted by the emptiness left in her heart. Ivania's gentle demeanor dissolved into darkness, replaced by a fierce and vindictive spirit fueled by her desire for a connection that could never be restored. While she wandered through the boundless lands, Ivania's appearance was transformed, reflecting the torment in her soul. Her once shining coat of shimmering shades turned black like the shadow of a moonless night. Her eyes shone with an unearthly, piercing red light that penetrated the hearts of those who dared to meet her gaze. The story of the dark Chimera soon spread among the villagers like a forest fire. Who now considered it to bring misfortune, superstitions grew, and fear took possession of the hearts of all who heard her name whispered in the night. Ivania, who was now feared and shunned by everyone, found solace in the secluded corners of deserted forests and forgotten caves. Anger and bitterness consumed her, blinding her from the suffering she inflicted on those who had once shown her kindness. But in the deepest recesses of her crippled heart, the ember of her past love and affection for Isabel smoldered, flickering with a faint hope of redemption. The Chimera, tired of her own darkness and despair, went on a journey to lift her curse and find a way to regain the love and compassion she had lost. Traveling the world in search of answers, Ivania faced countless obstacles. Fighting both external enemies and her own inner demons, she encountered other beings, both monstrous and kind-hearted, who tested her ability to find forgiveness and redemption for her own dark deeds. After years of wandering, consumed by bitterness and darkness, Ivania's heart grew colder with each life she took. She became an evil predator, seeking out and killing those unfortunate souls who came her way, leaving behind a trail of devastation and fear. While her bloodthirsty rampage continued, she stumbled upon a small village on the outskirts of civilization. The villagers, hearing the terrible stories about the Chimera, cowered in fear, waiting for their imminent death, but fate had other plans in store. Among the trembling villagers stood a kind-hearted farmer named Samuel, despite the rumors. Samuel refused to believe that no creature was redeemable, including this monstrous Chimera. Driven by compassion and a deep-rooted belief in the power of love, Samuel approached Ivania without fear, holding out a trembling hand as a sign of friendship. Miraculously, Ivania hesitated, her bloody clothes hovering inches from his vulnerable body. The icy grip on her heart melted for a moment at the genuine kindness and acceptance she saw in Samuel's eyes. Something in her twisted soul whispered about the possibility of redemption. With unshakable faith in the transformative power of love, Samuel invited Ivania to his modest home, where he offered her shelter, food, and understanding, despite her dark and wild nature. Samuel tirelessly sought to teach her the true nature of kindness. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and this incredible bond grew stronger as Samuel's patience and unwavering love began to destroy the layers of darkness that had consumed Ivania's soul for too long. Gradually, she began to comprehend the concept of empathy, compassion, and forgiveness through Samuel's teachings on compassion. Driven by guilt and a desire to make amends for the countless lives she took, Ivania embarked on a mission of protection and guidance. Using her newfound understanding of kindness and her preserved instincts of a formidable defender, she became the guardian of the village that once feared her, and the protector of the weak and oppressed. Over time, the villagers learned to trust Ivania, witnessing her transformation from a heartless monster into a ferocious but compassionate protector. Her once shattered reputation has been replaced by whispers of redemption and the power of love. Ivania's journey through the darkness paved a path that eventually led her to a compassionate owner, who saw more than her monstrous appearance and believed in her ability to change. In this unexpected union, the Chimera found not only its salvation, but also the opportunity to restore the long-extinguished light in itself. And so the story of Ivania, a once evil Chimera who found redemption and love in the arms of a kind-hearted farmer, serves as a reminder that even the darkest souls can find their way back to the light if they are given a chance and meet unconditional love and understanding. Years passed, and Ivania's redemption story continued to inspire those who heard the tale of her transformation. The villagers grew to trust her, not only as their protector, but as a symbol of hope and change. During this time, Ivania and Samuel's bond grew deeper, strengthening their union and the path they had forged together. One fateful day, Ivania gave birth to a litter of offspring, each bearing the unique characteristics of their Chimera lineage. However, to everyone's surprise, these new descendants did not inherit the darkness that had plagued Ivania. Instead, they possessed the same kind and gentle nature that she once bore before her descent into darkness. These young chimeras, blessed with their mother's physical prowess and their father's unconditional love, became beacons of light and compassion in their own right. Together as a family, they roamed the world, spreading acts of kindness and inspiring others to seek redemption and forgiveness. As tales of the benevolent Chimera family spread far and wide, one particular legend began to circulate. A creature born in shadows, consumed by rage, turned against her kin, longing for a cage. But love's gentle touch, a glimmer of light, redeemed the Chimera, banished the night. In her offspring's eyes, compassion spawned. From darkness to grace, a legacy dawned. A riddle left for those searching the way. Can darkness find light in the brightest of day?